Hey everyone, welcome back to the Howard Homestead, or if this is your first time, welcome. We're so glad you found us. This is a little bit different of a video today. Normally I upload videos every Sunday, and they are, just things that are going on around the property here. I call it a homestead. We're just doing our best to be farmers. We're not. We're just trying. So anyway, this video is not gonna be that. It is going to be, just gonna put it right out there, it's gonna be hard for me to do. It's gonna be personal, and it is just something I feel like I need to do. So just putting that out there now. So if you're looking for cute animals and funny things going on here, you're not going to find that in this video. The most you might get is if a cat gets in my face. But anyway, I just wanted to take a few minutes. No, I don't want to. I feel like I have to share with you some things that have been going on lately in my life. And yeah, like I said, it's going to be difficult. So I'm probably going to shed a tear or two, and forgive me. I'm just being vulnerable here. So there's been a lot going on in my life lately. I mean, a lot. And most of it is financial. Don't worry, I'm healthy. We're all healthy. Everything's going great as far as that goes. But God's been really trying to get my attention, and He's hitting me where it hurts, right there in the pocketbook. And sorry, but you're gonna see me looking at my teleprompter here every once in a while. I was making some notes so that I would try to keep on track. Yeah, so I have a really good job, and I love my job. And the opportunity has presented itself for me to advance. Unfortunately, I can't due to current policies, because the person that I would be reporting to is related to me. That's really hard for me because I am qualified. I have the experience. I've been with this organization for almost 28 years, and to be just pushed aside for the sole reason that I'm related through marriage to the person who I would be reporting to, that's kind of, a kick to the stomach, So anyway, that would be a potential opportunity for me to get some more money, be able to do some more things that I want to do and whatever. But as of right now, that can't happen. Like a lot of people who have been struggling during these past few years, I've got a lot of credit card debt, and I'm drowning in it. I've gotten to the point where I just pay what I have to pay to stay afloat, and everything else, if it goes away, it goes away. I keep having the attitude of, yeah, it could ruin me financially, but it's not going to ruin me as a person. So I try to keep that attitude. If you've been watching my videos over the past few months, you'll know that I've had a problem with rats. As of now, we have relocated, I think it's 16 rats. 2 were dead that my dogs got, and then we found 5 babies. So that's in the mid-20s number of rats that we've had. Unfortunately, they ate my washing machine. They somehow climbed up to the top and gnawed in the top of the drum, so that when the water comes in, it just doesn't even go in the drum, it just pulls right out. So you can't fix that. I mean, I'm not an appliance repair person, but I don't think that that's something that can be fixed without replacing the whole drum, and you might as well just get a new washer. So that's what I was forced to do. Back to the credit cards. One of our main credit cards that we use, I was a few days late making the payment. I paid, good chunk of change on it, and saw that I had a decent amount available. Well, then a few hours later, they lowered my limit. So now I have $33 available on this card. It's like, yeah, why did I bother paying it? Because there went all my money, right? And then to top it all off, on Thursday, August 15th, I was in a car accident. I was the fourth car in a 4-car accident. The way I remember it happening, or feel like it happened, excuse me, everybody else hit, and then I just kind of came up and hit at the end. My hitting the car in front of me did not cause a chain reaction. It was more the other way around. They hit, and then I couldn't stop in time. Fortunately, the first 3 cars had minimal damage. Nobody was injured. We didn't even get the cops involved. Thank goodness, because no doubt I would have had a ticket on top of all of that. Several of us probably would have. But my car got the brunt of the damage. And I didn't think it was drivable, but I was able to get it to work and then get it over to the shop. And yeah, so now I have to deal with all of that, and that is just another headache and pain in dealing with the insurance companies. And yeah, so it just seems like everything that I touch lately just turns to dust. I don't understand why. It's like, why do I even bother going to work every day if all the money that I'm working so hard to make is just gonna go somewhere else and I can't even use it? We've got a vacation coming up. That sounds like it would be something great that I desperately need to get away from it all and whatever. But we're supposed to be leaving 3 weeks from today. We're about 2 years ago, I booked a cruise, leaving out of Miami, going down to the Eastern Caribbean. Been paying on it for a year and a half. Finally got it paid off in June, and now it's almost time to go. Well, at this point, I don't know how I'm going to even get to Miami. I don't know how I'm going to have a hotel room for the night before we get on the ship. I don't know how we're going to do any shore excursions. I just don't know. So going back to the car accident, back in a previous life, I really struggled financially. And when I got to the point that I could not only afford car insurance, but I could choose to pay a lower deductible, I was thinking pretty highly of myself. I was thinking, I've made it. I can finally afford to pay a higher premium, and so that I can have the lower deductible. Well, what I didn't realize is something that I just learned in school not too long ago, and that is that the way I was seeing it is not how the insurance companies see it. When you choose a lower deductible, they basically feel like you're a higher risk because you don't have as much confidence in yourself that you're not going to have an accident. So they raise your rates to compensate for that. So a few months ago, I had to switch my insurance, and I'm going to be 50 years old in January. I've never had an accident, and I hate insurance, and I wish these dogs would just stop barking right now. But I chose, knowing what I learned in school, I chose to go with a higher deductible. I went for $1,000 deductible, thinking, I've been so fortunate in 36 years of driving, 34 years of driving, that I've never had an accident. I've never had to use the deductible. So I think I'm going to be okay. So now, guess what? I have to pay $1,000 for the insurance deductible. And the insurance adjuster for the first car in the lineup has completed her investigation, and she has decided that I am 100% liable for all 4 vehicles. I don't know how that's the case when the car that I hit admitted that she hit the car in front of her before I hit her, but whatever, it is what it is. So one of the good things about my insurance is that I have rental car coverage. So great, I'm covered. I can get a rental car. I don't have to be without a vehicle while my car is being fixed. So I get to the rental car place and they ask me for my driver's license and my payment card. I said, my insurance is picking this up. I don't need to pay anything. Well, they still require a $50 deposit that will be refunded at the end of, when you return the vehicle. Great. This was the day before payday. My credit cards are maxed out. I don't have any money. I had cash. I had some cash thanks to something special that had happened earlier. And so I asked them if they would take cash. Nope, they won't take cash. I was feeling pretty defeated. I called my mom. Mom, can you help me? Can I give you the cash and you can put this on your card? Sure, no problem. Okay, great. They won't take cards over the phone. Okay, Mom, you're going to have to come down here. Well, is your mom on the insurance policy? No, she's not. Well, we can't take her card. How does that even make any sense? Why do they care whose card it's on? So finally it hit me. I've got cash. I just need a ride to the bank. I can deposit the cash in the bank and then I can use my card and all is well. So that's what we did. So I got my rental vehicle, which I asked for a small SUV, which is what I currently drive, and it was under the coverage limit that I was allowed. But they didn't have any. So they gave me this free upgrade to this monstrosity of a Chevy Tahoe that, I mean, come on. I've just been in an accident. I'm a little bit nervous to drive as it is. So now you give me this thing that's like 3 times bigger than what I'm used to driving. And it doesn't seem to have, or at least I haven't figured it out, any kind of blind spot warning. So I'm so used to that. So I just look in my mirror. If there's a little light on, I don't change lanes. But now I have to consciously look over my shoulder so that I don't, first world problems, right? I know. So anyway, I've gotten to the point now where I'm just constantly stressed out. You know, payday should be happy day, right? No, not for me. My heart's pounding. I'm going into a depression. I'm feeling hopeless, struggling to trust God, knowing that I need to give him control, and knowing that there is a light at the end of the tunnel. Sure, it may be an oncoming train, but at least that train is on a different track. It may knock me to the ground as it whooshes by, but it's not going to wipe me out. I'm going to be okay. But, yeah, so anyway, let's move on. Last night when I got home from work, one of the things that I do is I feed the pigs before I go in the house. So I went out to do my normal routine and clean out their pool, give them some fresh water. And I've been having issues with the hose. It's been leaking really bad right where it connects to the faucet. Now I know the faucet is, corroded and whatever. And that leak has just been getting worse and worse. I've been getting more water on me than in the pool. And I've ruined shoes doing this, and it's just been really frustrating. So I went to turn on the hose last night, and well, before I did, I thought, you know, before it gets all wet and everything, I'm going to see if I can tighten this and see if I can stop the leak. So I did that. Turn on the hose. There's no leak, but there's also like no water coming out of the hose. It's just like a little trickle. I'm like, what the heck? So I took the hose off. Water was coming out of the faucet just fine. What is wrong? Why is this not working? The simple thought that came to my mind was, you know, let's just go to Home Depot, get a new faucet, maybe get a new hose, and just start from scratch. Well, keep in mind that I don't have any money because all my money went to pay this credit card, and then they lowered my limit, so I got no money. I finally just relegated myself to the fact that I was going to have to fill this pool with the hose, just a tiny trickle at a time. And now it seems obvious that I would just take the hose off and fill it from the spigot, but that's not really an option either, but I'm not going to go into that. So, I'm feeling really defeated at this point, and I just started crying. I'm like, God, what is going on? Why is this not working? Why is nothing in my life working? I wave the white flag and surrender because I can't do it. It's a dog bowl out there. Finally, I looked at the hose itself, and I saw that there was a kink in the hose. As soon as I saw it, I was like, oh my gosh, of course. Why didn't I look at that first? Why didn't I think of that before? It wasn't until God pointed me to look at that hose that I saw what the problem was. And I knew how to fix it. Immediately I thought, because I'm kind of a writer. I don't actually write much stuff down, but I have in the past, and you know, I've been told many times that I need to write a book, and yeah. So anyway, I saw that and I immediately thought this would make a great topic for a devotional. And I wanted to make sure I wrote it down. Well, I didn't last night, but I woke up, you know, about 2:30 in the morning, and I couldn't get it out of my head. So I pulled out my phone and I used my little stylus thing that I just dropped on the floor, and I just started writing. 3:06 a.m. I was writing this. And as I was writing it, God pointed out to me that I am the hose. God's the water in the hose. He wants to work through me, but I've gotten all twisted up. Outside forces have caused me to get knotted up, and that cuts off the work that God wants to do in me. I've tried fixing it myself. I've tried tightening the connection. I've tried undoing it completely and reconnecting, but nothing that I have tried is working. It's not until I cry out to God and give him complete control that he points out the obvious. So now, what do I do with that? Guys, stop it. Cats are growling at each other. So what do I do with this? Now that I know, I could just look at that kink and complain about it, try to wish it away. It's not going to fix the problem, though. I need to take action. I need to straighten out myself, straighten out that hose, so that God, the water, can flow freely through me. He wants to work through me, just like the water wants to get through that hose. But I get in my own way. I don't know how to fix this. on my own. I have to look at my own life and just see what's messed up. Are my priorities misplaced? Do I have unconfessed sin? Do I have a lack of trust? God pointed all this out to me last night at 3 o'clock in the morning. And after I wrote all of this down, I wrote down this little prayer. And it's a simple prayer. And I think that it can apply in so many situations for so many people. So here's my prayer. I said, God, I surrender. You show me plainly that you want to work through me. Show me how to get out of my own way so that you can take control. When people see me, let them see you. I love you, Lord. Amen. I hope this helps somebody. If you're going through troubles, if you're having a hard time like I am, just remember God loves you. He wants the best for you. He wants to work through you. But you just need to get out of your own way. Step aside. Let God take control. I have no idea what that means for me. I have no idea what that looks like. But what I do know is that I am going to be actively listening, waiting for Him to show me what He wants for me.